Hi, BookTube. So I've decided that I'm going to put up some bookish content today as well, because after all, I'm a BookTube channel, not a makeup or politics channel. And I'm suffering from a cold, sorry, so I'm clearing my throat a lot. It's going to be an unedited book haul. Yeah, so here we go. I'm just gonna give more room to show the books here. Here we have Altered Carbon by Richard Morgan. I'm blaming this purchase on my brother. I went to go visit him. He works at Kohl's. And I was looking for actually one of the Canada Reads books. It's impossible to find. You can't order it online. You can't order it through the store. I've contacted them and said, listen, I need this book. So I picked up this one instead since I was already in the mood to buy a book. And this has been made into a Netflix show. Netflix there. And it's basically, the premise is that once you die, your self can be uploaded into another body. And of course people take advantage of that. And our main character is investigating. Sorry, I'm going to clear my throat. Because I have a cold. And then, then I got this. The Familiar 2 by Mark C. Danilewski. Yes, this is new, but I didn't pay the $35 that it would have cost me. I actually got it at the Dollar Tree, which is awesome. This is the second book in the Familiar series. This is called Into the Forest, and it's all kind of, we have different languages going on here. Interesting formatting. Yeah, sort of stuff. It's about a girl who finds a cat and other things going on around in the world that somehow have to do with the cat. All the rest are used. I think we'll go to the thrift store finds first. So these are ones that I don't seek out. These are ones that just I happen to stumble upon. This is The Monkey King and Other Stories, edited by Griffin Ondaatje. You might recognize that last name. His father is Ondaatje. I'm blanking out on his first name. And I didn't know that Ondaatje was Sri Lankan. I looked that up after picking this up. So what this is celebrating World Literacy of Canada's 40th anniversary of bringing together Canadians and Sri Lankans. They retell traditional tales from the East. So that's pretty cool. There's some names here. Timothy Finley, Michael Ondaatje. I knew it was an M, but I couldn't remember if it was Michael or Matthew. That's bad. M.G. Visanji, Shyam Salvadori. Let's see if there's any other names that come out here to me. Tim Wynne Jones, Chitara Fernando, P.K. Page. So lots of pretty cool people retelling stories. So they're all kind of really short. And then I got An Inverted Prayer by Chris F. Needham. And initially I picked this up, and it's talking about a long and violent hockey career, and I was like, oh, that doesn't sound interesting, but I'm glad I kept reading, because he discovers that his father's novel is being plagiarized. And he essentially doesn't want anything to do with anything. He just wants a really quiet life, but he gets embroiled in this issue. I'm guessing is what happens. Sounds pretty cool. Then we have Harry Mulisch, we're going to say that, with The Assault. And this is about an assault that takes place at the end of World War II in Holland, and the effects that it has on the son's life later on in life. So it doesn't take place solely in 1945, and it takes place in Holland, so that's pretty cool. Then we have A Suspension of Mercy by Patricia Highsmith. Sorry, my camera's backwards, so I couldn't see that. And this is about a mystery writer, and him kind of compulsively plotting out his wife's murder in order to help him write the book. But he may or may not actually commit that murder. And then I have this one, Night Prayers by Santiago Gamboya. And I just picked this up because it it says it's like Robert Bolano. Even though I haven't read any Robert Bolano, but I want to read him, and so I picked this one up. And it's about two Colombian siblings. And they're in Tokyo and New Delhi, and Colombia, and they get separated and then come back together. And there's more going on, obviously, but. And then I got this one, The Stranger on the Road to Emmaus by John R. Cross. And I picked it up because of the title, but then it also says a clear and simple explanation of the world's bestseller. And I was like, oh, which book are they talking about? Well, duh, they're talking about the Bible. So this is kind of like talking about the themes throughout the Bible, but not as in like this happened in this book and this happened in that book, but it like brings them all together and talks about them. And there's illustrations, which are always nice. And then lastly, I see that quite a few people are doing a read-along. There's multiple read-alongs going on right now for the Wheel of Time series, and I've already read the Wheel of Time series. I finished it last year. But someone tweeted this morning a very beautiful line from, I can't read it for you because it's on my phone. A very beautiful line from the series, and I was just like, I've been thinking about rereading it because I listened to it on audiobook, and I really want to read the physical copies. And so I own the first book, but I own like the first book, the 8th book, and the last book, because I was like, I'm listening to it on audiobook, I don't need to own them. Yeah, well, now I want to read them and read the copies. So I own the first book, so I got the second book. I got these at the used bookstore, and I went up, I got book 2 and book 3. I'm like, I'll be prepared. And when I'm done book 3 or book 2, I'll go and buy book 4 and 5. And the lady, I approached the cash register, and the lady didn't even talk to me. She just pointed at a sign. And I was like, she's just being rude? Like, what's going on? She's not going to serve me? And it was buy 2, get 1 free. So I got book 4 as well. But yeah, so I've got the Wheel of Time books there to dive into, because I can't not reread this series at this point. So that's it. Let me know which is the newest book that you've bought, or most recent book that you've acquired. It doesn't have to be new. Like, these are definitely, well, that's fine, it's not so bad. These are definitely not new books. I went through and found the cheapest version of each one. Yeah, so that's it. That is my book haul. Thank you for watching.